Hello. Hi there. Welcome. Hi. Welcome to daily practice. Hello. It is chilly here today. The Hurricane Milton in Florida seems to have left all of our sisters unscathed. I'm so grateful for that. Hoping that for everybody who has struggled with that hurricane weather pattern, that now you're safe and you're sound and you're okay, and wishing for that. Today it also is time for me to let you know that Karen, who we've been praying for during her transition, crossed over the veil yesterday morning, went on to the other side. It's truly remarkable that between the time when she decided to enter hospice and the time that she passed, it was only a week. And honestly, to have that kind of command of spirit where you can just choose to let go and move on when the time comes, where you can choose to allow all the love pouring in to be the vehicle for your spirit. It is a rare and precious thing. Not everybody gets a good death. And so I'm grateful for Karen having a good death and that she was with people she loved and was able to pass on in peace. We all have to go sometime. And Karen exemplified fighting the good fight when that was time. And she also exemplified the grace in letting go when it was time. May we all be so lucky as to have that kind of presence in those moments at the end of our lives. So we're in the realm of Hecate this month. And so we're calling on Hecate and asking her to please help Karen find her way as she navigates the in-between spaces. And we are also asking for everyone who is now in the wake of that storm to continue to remain safe, for there to be no or minimal damage, for everything to be able to be fixed, repaired, tended to, cleansed, cleaned, made whole, and for anything else that anyone might be dealing with today. We're holding space for that as well. And we're going to start off with our prayer to Hecate. Morphos, Phosphoros, Eilethua, wild wanderer at the crossroads, bright hostess at the thresholds, bearer of twin flames, radiant bride of night, mother of darkness, guard, guide, and lead me today. I am a deer in thy wandering herd. I am a key to thy mysteries. I am a torch in thy hand. I am a footfall along thy silent path. I am a star in thy vast heavens. I am a wave in thy fathomless seas. I am a knife that cuts cleanly. I am a soul in thy holy retinue. I am a fiber in the rope of eternity. I consecrate myself to thee this day and every day, that I may travel safely within the folds of thy saffron cloak, dive with thy aid into deep mystic waters, and dance with thee amongst the shades of my benevolent ancestors. Therefore, grant me courage and constancy, guard me and guide me, and bestow upon me thy faultless and flawless perception. And let's see what today's card is. Yesterday's card, clairvoyance, was all about being the oracle and understanding where the information comes from and how to interpret it. Duality, many meanings, and the potential for misunderstanding. Here's our card. Morning, Natalie. All right, let's have a look. Card number 36. Come right here. Okay. The disciple priestess Mary Magdalene sits at the entrance of a cave, a place of retreat. The skull on her lap indicates her spiritual side, whereas the open book represents her scholarly and educated side. Her red dress and white sash beneath her are symbols of the feminine and masculine combined alchemically. Your life is also full of dualities. You are at the same time physical and ethereal, fully human and fully divine. This card encourages you to explore all these true yet diverse aspects of yourself. It may feel strange to dive into new spiritual practices if you've always been physically oriented. An active approach to life might feel unnatural if you've traditionally been in a more reflective mode. But these deeper layers of yourself are now longing to be expressed. In opening up to these experiences, you'll tap important, previously unknown strengths and talents and widen the scope of your spiritual, personal, and even professional life. There is a message of warning in this card regarding distorted perceptions. Mary Magdalene has historically been misunderstood, named a prostitute when she was actually an educated landowner. Be conscious of the ways you might be misunderstood, and be courageous in your intention to live your own life and stand in your truth. Also, be aware of misunderstandings you carry about yourself, and any limiting or judgmental notions need to be set aside. A clear understanding of your truth requires you to embrace your divine nature, the most gracious and powerful part of your many faceted, sparkling identity. And our affirmation today: I am willing to explore the many wonderful sides of my nature. I am open to understanding the depth of my truth and expressing that to others. It can be really difficult to allow yourself to be all that you are. One of the things I recently was in a conversation with a friend, and the things we were talking about led me to this contemplation. It's been on my mind for a couple of days. Why is it that women are not allowed to be angry in our society? Where if you're a woman and you are angry about something, even justifiably so, why is it that you are not allowed to show it? If you show it, people might label you unfeminine. If you show your anger, if you speak up, if you use a loud voice, if you set a boundary, if you take a stand, if you say no, if you bark back when someone barks at you, you will be, as a woman, considered wrong for doing that. People will have opinions about you doing that. People will kind of judge you harshly for doing that. And yet, we have every right to our anger. We have every right to look at the world and say, it can be better than this. Why isn't it better than this? We have every right to speak up when we need to. We have every right to live our joy as well, even if it means pissing other people off. One of the hardest things in our world is to be an angry woman in public. But an equally difficult thing is to be a happy woman in public. Do you see what's in common here? A woman in public. It's like she's just putting herself out there for people to have opinions about. So whether people have opinions about your righteous rage, whether people have opinions about your joy, whether people have opinions about how you present yourself, whether people have opinions about what you wear, what you look like, how much you weigh, if you wear makeup, if you don't wear makeup, who you love, what you prefer to do with your time. The most important thing is that you not allow that delusion of the external to come in and poison your sense of yourself. Who you are is holy already, holy in her whole state, holy in her rage, holy in her happiness, holy in her feelings of sorrow, holy in her grief, holy in her pleasure. And people are going to have opinions about that. And that's fine as long as you don't believe them. Don't believe them. Be instead wholly whole and holy in yourself. Ignore labels like masculine and feminine. Ignore them. Stop using the words. I'm not even joking when I say this. Stop using the words masculine and feminine to describe active and receptive. Use the words active and receptive. Allow yourself to be whole, because a woman can be active, a man can be receptive, and no, these aren't just energies that we've sort of labeled with these terms masculine and feminine. Everybody understands that they don't mean that anything. It's not true. When we use those words, they lodge and they mean something. When we say feminine and we expect that to mean docile, receptive, nurturing, compassionate, if we think we can use that word feminine and not have it then applied to something implying women, we're deluding ourselves. If we use the word masculine to describe strong, brave, courageous, authoritative, active, and we think that that doesn't have anything to do with men, we are deluding ourselves. The delusion, the collective delusion of what we think of as masculine and feminine are terms that were codified in the Victorian period so that women would not be allowed to access spaces of power because of our fundamental nature. And it was used as a justification for why men were given an undue amount of power because of their fundamental nature. But none of it is true. It is fake, fake, fake. Don't let yourself be part of the delusion. You don't have to. You can be all of it. I'm all of it. Be the CEO of your own life. And don't let these words define us. And don't let these words define behavioral patterns. And don't let these words define states of being or conditions. We don't actually live in a binary universe. We live in the illusion of a false binary wrought by psychologists at a time when they didn't know as much as we know now about everything, from biology to physics to psychology. We can be different. Let's be different. I don't know about you, but I'm the whole sparkling rainbow unicorn of my own life, and I'm all of it. I'm allowed to be all of it. We're all allowed to be all of it. We can do what we want. I can stack the wood pile with my husband. Neither of us is masculine or feminine. My husband can cook me a delicious dinner and I can lounge on pillows and eat it. Neither of us is masculine or feminine. Literally meaningless. Those words are meaningless. Give it to yourself the gift of rendering the words masculine and feminine meaningless and see where it takes you. All of it. We won't be free until we're all free to be all of it. I could rant further, but I think you got my drift. And talk about being a woman in public saying a thing. Here I am being a woman in public saying a thing. All right, 3 prostrations before the shrine. Let's honor Kuan Yin. By the way, all of it. And let's take refuge in the great compassionate one who is beyond the boundaries of masculine and feminine. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention, a person, place, situation, or circumstance that will benefit from today's practice. And today we're holding the spirit of Karen, who was all of it. We're holding her partner Aphrodite, a beautiful, beautiful soul. We're holding the entire community of love that surrounded Karen throughout her life, the Women's Herbal Symposium, all of those touched by her presence in our world. And we're holding all those impacted by the hurricane. And let's recite the four immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. And let's make our offerings. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering for Kuan Yin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Om Ahum. 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 Reverently I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Kuan Yin, remain until the end of samsaric existence and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. 108 recitations of Namo Guanxin Pusa, calling out to Kuan Yin and asking her to send a balm to the hearts of all who are grieving. Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guan Shi Yin Pusa. 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 And our prayer for the money reciter of Kam by Gyalse Tokme Zangpo. Lama Dankun Shuksum La Chaksalo, Dakni Changchuk Nimpor Chike Bar, Gangdang Gangdu Kepa de Dang Der, Tadu Tuje Champo Chitzin Ching, Gusum Gewe Chila Chapar Sho, Jamdang Ning Je Champo Kunlang Ne, Tuje Champo Dulchar Gerpanam, Lame Changchuk Chola Gopechir, Tuje Champo Trin Leje Par Sho. Homage to the Guru in Three Jewels. From now until I reach the essence of awakening, wherever I may be reborn, in that place may I always follow the great compassionate one and dedicate my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Inspired by loving kindness and supreme compassion, in order to lead all Mahakarunika's followers to supreme and unsurpassable awakening, may I carry out the great compassionate one's activity. Lama Dankun Shuksum Lak Chaksalo, Dakni Changchuk Nimpor Chike Bar, Gangdang Gangdu Kepa de Dang Der, Tadu Tuje Champo Jitzin Shing, Gusum Gewe Chila Chapar Sho, Jamdang Ningje Champo Kunlang Ne, Tuje Champo Duljar Gerpa Nam Lame Changchu Chola Go Pechir, Tuje Champo Trinleje Par Sho. And now 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum, sending a wave of love out for Karen, her spirit journey, as well as a wave of love to all those who are grieving her absence. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lamadechin Yeshe Wangmo. Om Sosti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of supreme bliss Yeshe Wangmo be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Kuan Yin in our hearts. Namo Guan Yin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Kuan Yin, a bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teacher. Wishing you a really great day and a lot of comfort to all those who are grieving. And I won't be here tomorrow because tomorrow's a travel day. So I'll see you on Monday.